Hello dear friends. I'm late because I had problems with my microphone. I believe that this delay was not by chance, because I expanded the information of this subject. There are many sources of spiritual information, but Matthew's teachings are exceptional in quality. Opinion piece: physical ascension, law of attraction, similar attracts similar. Teachings of Matthew Ward. Spiritual world has its laws. Let's start. Matthew Ward is the teacher who has written the most from the other side about the fact that the ascent would be a physical matter. According to Steve Biko, either you have enough light to survive in the higher frequencies, or you have to go. No one sits down to judge. We determine the matter ourselves by our own free will decision. The Earth entered the photon belt in May 1998, and the ascent has been unstoppable since then, slow but constant, and it will go much higher. Susan Ward is the mother of Matthew Ward, known for having channeled his deceased son's teachings in the form of books and publications and on her website. These messages have been compiled into various books and focus on spiritual ascension and personal transformation themes, as well as geopolitics and the state of the world. When Matthew Ward telepathically connected with his mother Susan nearly 14 years after he died at age 17 in 1980, he told her of their soul level of agreement. She would prepare for publication broadcasts from him and many other sources from off planets, I mean. The information from her is to enlighten, encourage and guide us along Earth's path of ascension during this unprecedented time in the universe. Matthew Ward was a boy who died in a car accident in 1980 at the age of 17, but he was an advanced soul. Nearly 14 years later, he began regular conversations with his mother from heaven via telepathic communication, who at the time was a devout Christian and knew nothing of telepathy. He told her that all of this was meant to happen, including his passing, so that he and others across the universe could provide real answers that people would need regarding the true situation on our planet and what is really going on in the world. Revelations. Much has been revealed to him over the years, including not only the true story of our civilization, but also the true story of the creation of our universe, the countless living things throughout the galaxy that have helped us for so long in ways so deep, and many truths that have been hidden from us for a long time. These important messages were collected in a series of printed books known through the world as the Books of Matthew. In his book, Tell Me About Heaven, Matthew gives a full first-hand account of the afterlife and of the diversity and activity in the spirit world. In his book, The Golden Age of Earth, he describes some of the civilizations that are helping to ascend the Earth and us, and the dynamic changes that are coming in our world. In Revelations for a New Era, Keys for Restoring Paradise on Earth, he talks about profound changes worldwide that are restoring our planet to its original Eden state, where we will live in peace, love and harmony with nature. In his book Illuminations for a New Era, Understanding These Turbulent Times, explains who he is and who we are, Souls in nirvana and representatives of two distant civilizations describe his life and how they are helping people. In Voices of the Universe, Your Choice Affects the Universe, he explains that the thoughts, feelings, and actions of each human being shape the life of that individual. Our collective consciousness creates our world, and what happens here affects all life in the universe. The wicked. According to Matthew, people who commit crimes come into the world as the pure essence of love and light from the Creator, with the source of energy used by souls to manifest bodies as human beings or as any other species within this universe. But for reasons unique to each other, some individuals begin to succumb to the lure of power and act on that temptation through meanness, cunning, and lies. As that behavior becomes more extensive and more cruel, the light continues to darken in those individuals until the space of the heart is a dark void in which there is no conscience or other guidance of the soul. With only the spark of light that is the life force of the body, they become captives of the dark forces and act as their puppets. That is what happened to the waker souls of the universal family called the wicked. They became capable of committing abominable acts that are unthinkable to other civilized beings. Everything is energy. Through the laws of physics that govern life in this world, the low frequencies manifest more of themselves. They shoot up into the universal soup and bring it in more frequencies of the same kind. The same laws apply to the high frequencies of compassion or love, and to a much greater extent because the light in those emotions is so much powerful than the negativity in the low frequencies. Think of an electric fan. When it works best is when its setting is high. Emotional frequencies also work this way, with the difference that emotions are immediate responses to thoughts. Thoughts also emit frequencies, which is why changing a negative thought to a positive one automatically lifts your spirits and you begin to vibrate high. This is cosmic science. Everything is energy, which is neutral, impartial, and has no reasoning capacity. Without the ability to tell good from bad, energy follows the instructions to keep it through your thoughts and feelings, and that's where the law of attraction of physics come into play, or like attracts like, or better said, similar attracts similar. Send out high frequency loving energy and you will reap the great harvest you have sown. That is called generating positive karma. Separation. The earth is approaching frequencies where the energy is so intense that all those who have rejected the light will disappear. That is, those we call dark simply to indicate their lack of light. That may sound harsh, but this is not a divine judgment or punishment. It's simply a physical matter that governs life in this universe. Bodies deprived of light cannot survive at a higher frequency. In short, all those who have caused terrible conditions will disappear. Only those who are ready for the new earth will stay here. As the earth moves towards higher and higher planes, nothing with low frequency can survive in any form, according to the laws of physics that govern life in this universe. The people who constantly rejected the light will cease their dark activity because they have cells based on the element carbon, which cannot survive in high frequency. There is no judgment or arbitrary selection of human beings who may or may not ascend. It is a strict matter of cosmic science and the decision of each soul. We are not talking about earth science. The light changes the third density carbon-based cellular structure to the crystalline form that allows bodies in the higher frequencies of fourth density and beyond to survive. All that exists is energy that vibrates at a specific rate in one of the innumerable frequencies depending on the degree of consciousness. This is how universal laws work. As more human living beings absorb light, the low frequencies of control, greed and delusion are being overcome by the high frequencies of self-confidence, optimism and freedom. Light and love is the creator, the source of all that is. That is what you are, what every soul in the cosmos is. And the light is that you radiate is helping the peoples of Earth to awaken to that reality. When you watch this dramatic process, but don't get swept up in it, you further empower yourself and all other light beings in this universe. Destination. At the moment of physical death, the haters are automatically drawn by the physics. The haters are automatically drawn by the physics of this universe to a very low level of nirvana, which is multi-layered, where everything is in tune with the frequency of these souls. They live in appalling conditions until they are willing to accept the light energy of love that can replace all traces of hate, and some refuse for centuries. That's how destructive hate is. When those souls repent, they return to that bewildering place called heaven, after entering Nirvana, which is the proper name for the spiritual world of Earth. Nirvana encompasses many flexible energy layers, and according to the laws of physics that govern life in this universe, souls transitioning from Earth are automatically drawn to the layer that is akin to their life energy, which is recorded in the infallible Akashic records. The universal law of physics that refers to justice is fulfilled through revision of traces of life in the spiritual world. They are like movies of a lifetime in which the individual feels exactly what all those whose lives he affected felt, and for the aforementioned individuals, that punishment is much more severe than any sanction imposed by his verdict. After a time in the spirit, the souls of the last group that choose darkness will incarnate in a world that corresponds to their energetic record of their life on Earth, and will have more opportunity to see the light because divine mercy is infinite. This is how the universe works. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.